Hi friends, welcome to another Gab About a Bag. I'm doing this one pretty quickly and it's kind of a early-ish review because I bought this bag from Fashionphile and they have started doing a return policy where you have to return the item within 15 days of when they ship it to you versus 15 days of when you receive it, or like 30 days or anything like that. So the bag that I'm going to talk about today is the Vuitton Fold Me Pouch. In case you're not familiar with the Fold Me Pouch, this is what we're talking about. It is this itty bitty tiny cutie here. So this item came up on Fashionphile and it was about $200 below retail. So right now it's going brand new on the Louis Vuitton website for like $1,200 before tax. And so Fashionphile had it listed for about $1,000. This is one of a number of tiny bags that I've tried in the last few years. I'm envisioning a bag specifically for running errands in the neighborhood or going out to meet people nearby or just for a short time. So I'm literally thinking about my cell phone, a card case, a lip product, and that's it. I think another thing that has changed that I'm hoping will make a difference, is now I've got most of my cards on my phone, on my Apple Wallet. So at this point, the only reason I'm taking even a card case is to have my ID, because I don't think my state has a virtual ID yet. So I'm taking my ID and I'm taking my train pass, and I'm cutting the cord on this bag and deciding to keep it, not because I don't care about losing money if it doesn't work out, but really ultimately you've got to take a chance, right? Like, I've had the bag for 5 days. Actually, that's not true. I got it on Thursday. Today is Sunday. But there's really no way to know for sure if it's going to work for me until I'm actually out and about. The good thing about Fashionphile is that even if I can't return it after those 15 days, I can still sell it back for something. And if I can't sell it back to them for a price that feels good to me, like for example, if on the 16th day I decide it's not the bag for me, I can always just post it on eBay or try to sell it elsewhere or consign it or something. So those are the options. So I'm just gonna take a leap and I'll do a what fits quickly, and hopefully it's helpful for anybody who's considering purchasing this bag. Let's get into what fits. I have a couple of things here that we're gonna try to play with. Obviously it's a very small bag, so this will go pretty quickly because it's not gonna fit anything like a hand sanitizer or a water bottle or anything like that. So I do have a couple of things I think sometimes might be helpful to have, even if you're just running out of the house for a quick minute. So let's take a look at how to organize it. And this is what the bag looks like on the inside. It's not a lot to look at. There's no pocket, there's no side area to hide things or anything, no back or outside enclosures or anything. So it's just basically this little bit of a cylindrical space and the snap. So I'm making this video on my phone, so I don't actually have a phone to show, but I do have this battery for backup, which happens to be the exact same size as my iPhone 14 Pro. It's not the Pro Max, it's just a regular old Pro, but this is exactly the same size. I've measured it and I use it for size comparison when I make videos. And there is, I don't want to say plenty of room, but there is room for other things. So if your phone were in here, you'd have room for some other flat-ish, long-ish things to put in. So what I would be typically trying to grab is my cell phone and my card case. And I just use my Louis Vuitton card holder. So that slides in. Still room, plenty is a strange word to use, but there's still room in here. And then the other thing I would absolutely need is my 4 key holder. I do have a, well, let me grab my 6 key holder. So I brought out my 6 key holder, though I don't typically use it. I just think we can play with it a little bit. But mostly what I use is my 4 key holder because it's the number of keys that I have. And that slides in pretty well. And there's still room for maybe 1 or 2 other things. And I think I just use the rest of the space for my lip products. So I'd probably just bring a tiny lip gloss or something, and that fits in no problem. And that's what everything looks like in there. It's a little bit dark, so I'm not sure if you'll be able to actually see, but I've got my phone stand in, I've got my card case, and a lip product. And with just those things, this closes pretty easily, and it just kind of snaps in place. And I like the sound of the snap because then I'm like, oh good, it's closed. And that's basically pretty solid. I wanted to use a 6-key holder instead of a 4-key. So I'll just take out my... So one thing I think that might be tricky is removing things without having to take every single thing out. So I'll just take out my 4-key holder and we'll just dump it there. And let's say you only have a 6-key holder and you prefer to use that. Let's see how that fits. Mine is pretty beat up. I don't use it as often because I don't carry as many keys as I used to. So I'm trying to get it in there, and it's giving me a little bit of resistance. Like, I don't think it's because there's no room. I just suspect the lip product has fallen down. So I guess I'll just start over. Yeah, the lip product kind of fell to the side, to the bottom, and it's kind of obstructing the access to the bottom. So I'm just going to take that out and we'll just start over. So I guess it's in and you don't have to fuss with it too much. And then you can still carry 1 lip product or 2, I guess. I'm not sure why you'd want 2, but... So in here is the basics of what you could probably carry. And then again, we'll just snap it closed. Pretty good, I think. No bulk, and to squeeze it, it seems like there is a little bit of room, though I wouldn't really think of what else you could put in there unless it was like a super flat and super easy thing. This is probably basically it. So let's say you wanted to try to carry some different things. I'm gonna start again because I think this bag, it really is gonna matter what order you put things in, and it won't be so fuss-free that you can just throw things on top of other things. So I'm just gonna start over from the beginning and take out what we had in there. There we go. And now we are back to empty. So let's say you wanted to carry some sunglasses, for example, and obviously this is not going to work with a hard case. So I've got my sunglasses in a soft case here just to give this bag a fighting chance at carrying some sunglasses as well. Let's say we started with the cell phone because let's say that's a must go. And then let's say card case is another must go. And let's say a 4-key holder is a must go. Now let's see what the glasses want to do. I want to be optimistic, but y'all, I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't think so. There's no way to make that work. So sorry for anybody who's interested in carrying sunglasses. You absolutely can carry sunglasses, but it does mean you can't carry just about anything else. So let's say we're not going to do sunglasses. Let's imagine we're using it on sunglasses free days. Another thing you might want to carry is this clay. This is the Empreinte leather, so it's a little bit bigger than the canvas clays. This is what I take with me if for some reason I'm going to need certain cards like health insurance, dental insurance, you know, things like that that I don't need all the time. But if I know I'm going to an appointment where I'm going to be required to flash those cards, I just keep them all in the same place. So Okay, so those two things are in, and let's see how it looks. This is what, let me get everything to the bottom. This is how, oh, I can't show you. This is how the bag looks with just the clay and my cell phone stand in. So I think there's room for one other thing. Let's see if we can get my 4-key holder. Goes. Actually, that works really well. Super good. So if you have, I wouldn't say like a bulky wallet, but if you have like a Victorine wallet or the probably the Recto wallet, I think that's what this would work just fine. And what if you are a 6-key holder person? Okay. All right. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. I've not tried to close it in a little while, so let's see how that goes. But I suspect it's going to be okay. You can kind of get a sense for if it'll close or not, because if things come all the way to the tippy top, it won't be able to do the fold over. But if things come up to about the bottom of the D-ring, I think it'll be fine. So this is pretty full. The first time we filled it, there was a lot of squish left, but now with this configuration, not as much squish. But I still think you could, if you wanted, carry a lip product. And we'll just put that right in there. Oh, just kidding. We'll just put it back right in there. And again, it closes just fine. So yeah, I think we're in business. Just for fun, let's say if I were going to the doctor and I needed my clay, but I still also needed my card case for a reason. Probably what I would really do is just transfer what I need from this into the clay, but I don't know, for fun. I mean, you could you could live your life however you want, but check out the little bit of a bulge. I'm not sure if it's really coming across, but then let's see what it feels like to close it. It's definitely not what I would recommend in terms of everyday use for this bag. I think we've reached its max. I mean, again, I think you could probably jam it closed, but I don't know that I would. So let's just take what I've got out. Got the lip balm out. Oof. It's even snug to take it, to unpack it. I had my card case. I had my stand-in for a cell phone, and I had my empreinte clay, which I was using as a mini wallet. Lastly, 6-key holder. So, you know, it's like, what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items. I would say not bad for a teeny tiny, teeny weeny, itty bitty little bag like this, but certainly there's not anything else that was going to fit in there. Maybe a little bit of whatever patience you have left, but that's basically the size of it. So that's what fits. Let me know your thoughts on this bag. Let me know if it's something you've been thinking about, if it's something you've already decided that is never gonna work out, if it's something that you're like, maybe, or if you already own it. And also let me know how you're getting on with it. Any tips or ways to pack it or things to consider. I would love to hear from you. Take good care, y'all. Cheers.